It was one of my favorite moments, just a very tender moment between the two of them.
I think they're a really good match intellectually.
I do love Allie and Oliver. I want to see that continue to bloom.
Everybody has their own idea of who Elizabeth and Nathan are and how their proposal needs to go.
I'm kind of hoping they break the mold a little bit this year.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Heart and Motion podcast. We're doing something a little bit different today. We've got When Calls the Heart season 14 getting ready to kick off filming on August 4th. So I have invited two of my great friends, Kaycee from Here for the Feels and Lindsay from Mountie with Heart, are joining me to talk about what we think might happen in season 14, and maybe we'll go back a little bit and talk a little bit about season 13 as well. So thanks, guys, for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We're so
Yes,
excited.
thank you.
I got to thinking, I mean, you said, Kaycee, just a little bit ago when we were visiting offline, we've had a few months to kind of process season 13. And I think just by nature, we go back. But knowing that season 14 is getting ready to start filming, I've got some wishes in my mind. You guys got wishes?
Oh, yes, I have wishes. I have a lot of wishes, especially after season 13. Let me just tell y'all, there's really one big wish that will have tiny little wishes that come through it.
Yeah.
So that's me, Lindsay.
I've got all kinds of ideas that I'm hoping come to fruition, but also excited just to kind of see how it unfolds and, kind of just go along for the ride. I think being a veteran viewer, I think we've all just learned to kind of let it, play it out, stay course. Hopefully there's some fun surprises. I'm kind of hoping they break the mold a little bit this year.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
The formulaic stuff, I'm hoping we get a little bit into some new territory this season. I'm hoping there's some fresh blood in that. So,
yeah.
We've got a little bit of an outline we're going to follow, but maybe we'll follow it. We'll see. So to kick it off, first question that we've got is, how would you describe season 13 in one word? This was hard for me. You want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay, so I started with one word, and I'll tell you what it is in a minute, and then I switched. So my word is duo. That is my word.
Okay.
Because positively, I felt like this was the season where they really tapped into the Mountie and the teacher, and them being a duo, that we started to see a lot more of the Mountie storyline embedded throughout the season, more so I felt like than in past seasons. So I'm going with the word duo. I appreciated that. My other word was 11, and that's because I wanted some of the feels back from season 11. Okay.
That's good.
There's my word.
that's a good one.
Good.
That's a good one.
What do you guys got?
Yeah. I think for me, I think I would have to say steady in the sense as we were just kind of plugging along. I mean, and I want to say steady because I feel like it's a very neutral word because I have very strong feelings about the Nathan and Elizabeth relationship from 13. They're not incredibly positive, but I will say because I wanted more.
Yeah.
But I will say I think it just kind of was just like dun 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 da da. Like we're just kind of like taking a little stroll. It's very steady. There's sometimes you wanted to be like, let's prance a little bit here.
Yeah.
Let's kind of do a little dance here. But no, it was just, steady.
Good take. Good take. What do you have?
I mean, there were a few words that came to mind. But I think the one that kind of encompasses all of the feelings that I had and all the words that came at me was roller coaster. Like, I just felt like I was up, I was down, it was slow, it was fast, it was loving, it was I feel like there were so many ups and downs for, the show as being a viewer. I just think that so much of it was a roller coaster this season and not necessarily a fast roller coaster. There were some moments where it was really slow.
Maybe it's like the teacup ride.
Yeah, maybe I was more that I was
carousel?
like spinning. Maybe I'm more that emoji with like the spinning eyes and when we got to the end of it. But yeah, I just feel like there was some things about it that were just unpredictable and not necessarily in a good way.
Hmm.
Um, and there were some connectivity moments that left me going like, so just a lot of, I feel like that up and down. So
Makes
Hmm.
sense.
to
Yeah.
stay on the positive and the,
Yeah. Biggest surprise for you in season 13?
Oh. Oh gosh, I gotta remember. You know what? I think for me, the biggest surprise for me was the proposal. Not that it was gonna happen, but the way in which it happened. And I think it's hard. They have a very hard job because you've got to essentially you cannot please 50 bajillion fans, right? Like everybody has their own idea of who Elizabeth and Nathan are and how their proposal needs to go and how it needs to be and this, that, and the other. And it was so polarizing, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I think that was the most surprising thing to me is just the proposal.
Yeah.
I think what surprised me this last season was the callbacks that they used. The
Mm,
way they used them, some of them were not what I remember. um, or I think the fans remember. So it was interesting to me the ones that they chose and where they put them. Like, for instance, the proposal one, I didn't necessarily love that one. I love the moment, like, I love that callback, but that's not the one I would have put in that moment. So some of it was surprising to me. And like the Asters thing.
Is that
yeah.
really a callback though?
I guess they tried to make it a callback. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Um, just like a few of them that I was just a little bit surprised at the fact that
Hmm.
they used those particular ones and where they used them, I guess was a little bit of a frustration for me.
Mhm.
Um, and I guess as a more positive surprise, um, although I already guessed it before the season aired, but if I had to go, I see Lori coming back. I liked that surprise of
Mm.
Abigail coming back. Although being at Hallmark Christmas Experience, I knew before the season
Yeah.
was
Hmm.
happening.
Yeah.
But I love that surprise embedded in the show that,
Yeah.
Abigail's coming back.
I think my biggest surprise, and I'll just address the elephant in the room because everybody's talked about it, was the pulling back of the affection between Nathan and Elizabeth. And I tried to stay pretty
Yeah.
neutral during the season because I wanted to give it time to play out. It was very
Hmm.
interesting to me, like episode one, just when she's really sad about not wanting about having to go back to
Hmm.
Cape Fullerton and him just being there in the stables. And that moment was so good. It was
Hmm.
one of my favorite moments, just a very tender moment between the two of them. And I was very optimistic. But now looking back, um, I was like, this was my biggest fear all along, and I've not
Hmm.
shied away from saying it, is I've seen too many times where people go and get married and then they kind of become bleh,
Hmm.
and that's not what Nathan and Elizabeth are. That's not what they've been built on. I don't need
Hmm.
all of the kissy kissy and all of that, but I was like, why couldn't we have both?
Hmm.
Yeah,
And I know that's a hot topic and it's a sore subject, but at the end of the season, I was a little bit like surprised. I was like, I felt like there needed to be a better balance of that.
Hmm.
yeah,
Oh, for
And I'm
sure.
still surprised in why those decisions were made and
absolutely.
hopeful that people heard that lack of imbalance
Hmm.
and that maybe we'll see something a bit different going into season 14. That was the biggest surprise for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
mean, with that, it did make me feel better that some of the things that we thought were like, for example, the kiss in the, I think it was in the kitchen in Elizabeth's house. It's been so long. Like you see each other and then it's cut.
Yeah.
And it's like first, it's a
Oh,
very bad edit, number
there
one,
was
like
some
very
really bad.
obviously bad edit.
Yes.
But knowing that it was in a deleted scene or something like that, I'm like, okay, so they did film it. So,
Yeah.
that made me feel like, okay, at least it was there. But I'm with you, Steph. Like the editing choices of like where they cut some things.
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible. And it frustrates me because seeing some of them that were deleted was exactly what was missing. Like that
Yes.
linking intimacy that we were missing between scenes. And I think it's important to also distinguish that intimacy is not just like
It's
that's not what I'm talking about.
right,
Yeah.
right.
It's more that it was just there's so many different levels of intimacy, and I just feel like that was missing from whether it's like their chats, on the porch, or
Hmm.
like like an affectionate kiss to the forehead, or just something that there was so many moments, but seeing
Hmm.
those deleted scenes was like that's exactly what was missing. Like that
Hmm.
one that's in the Edify DVD
Hmm.
when they're outside and she's kind of giggly and he leans down and like those were the moments we were missing that kind of give that connectivity
Yeah.
between scenes and also to the characters.
Hmm.
And that was frustrating because I would love to know why editing made those choices, because I feel like it really disconnected the entire season with those choices. And
Yeah.
I hope they fix that next season.
Yeah. I mean, when Rosemary and Lee have more like PDA than the main characters, that's kind of an issue for me. And I love them, but like they also do it very naturally too. Like Rosemary and Lee, they're a married couple for like over 10 years. They're, kiss on the cheek as they're greeting each other, leaving or whatever. Why couldn't we have had that with Nathan and Elizabeth? Because
Yeah.
it's the continuity for me of the relationship
Yep. Yep.
in those moments. So I do hope, and we're probably jumping ahead. I hope we fix that for 14.
Yeah. Storyline you're most excited to see continue going into 14.
Well,
I
the
mean, is it the
wedding.
wedding?
I mean, you know what? No, I don't think it's okay. So, like, I do hope the wedding happens, just to get this out of the way, sooner in the season than later. Can we break the formula? Can we please break the formula? Let's not hold it over our heads for the entire season. Because you know what? It kind of works against the show in the way that I feel like you wish away the season. Instead
Oh,
of being immersed
Yes.
and enjoying it, you kind of wish it away. And that kind of irritates me a little bit because, like, I find myself just wishing it away to get to that moment. So I think that
Yes.
it works to the detriment of the show that they do this, because I understand the whole formulaic of like cliffhangers and okay, yes, you got to make your audience buy in and ride the coaster with you. But there's also something to be said about giving some gratification along the way. And I feel like last season there was zero gratification along the
Hmm.
way. So you lost people. It was too much. It was too drawn out. So I guess, I do want the wedding to be sooner. So for
Hmm.
me, what I want to continue is the family. I want to see the mom, the dad, the son, the daughter. I want to see that dynamic continue to grow and really happen under one roof, because I think that that's something that people are ready for. I think that we're tired of waiting in the two separate houses, the two different road. Like, let's just join it together and continue that storyline. And then, as an aside, I do love Allie and Oliver. I want to see
Hmm.
that continue to bloom. I think that's really sweet.
Yeah. Oh, that
okay.
was so good.
It
That
was
was
so good.
that was so good. And you hit the nail on the head, I think for a lot of us is you waste the season away just like
Yeah,
wishing for something to happen. And I think the season with the first kiss, like you knew it was coming and it was like, okay, all right, it didn't happen this week. All right, like you're just like okay, forget these other people. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
you're kind of just shoving them all and you're missing the entire storyline of everything else,
yeah,
like the holistic story of One Calls the Heart, because we're so focused on these pivotal moments that we're wanting and desperately needing to happen.
yeah,
And then unfortunately, I feel like it was definitely to the detriment of season 13 because again, the engagement was so polarizing. And I think it's that instant gratification that this world we live in, and we were like, we have this idea, we want it now. And the storyline didn't play out for multiple reasons, and then it happens, and everybody's like ticked. So I think that was really well said, and I think a lot of people will resonate to that. I'm with you, Hallmark. Break the formula. I think it would do us wonders. I think it'd be fantastic.
we've earned it.
Yeah, we've earned it. But yeah, I think that's a really good take for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know.
I
But
know.
if there's a way,
I'll take episode 6.
sure, 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 sure.
Right. We're like,
So
what about nine? Nine out of 12?
if we go six, if we go seven,
First half?
eight, somewhere in there, I without becoming gimmicky, I think there is a way for them to get back to some of their fun, even with the kids and like the wedding planning, or even like the moving.
Mhm.
Nathan and Allie are now going to be here or they're going to be there. So the whole planning of it could be a lot of fun
Mhm.
without being silly. And
Mhm.
I would like to see that. I would like to see her excited about the wedding.
Yes.
So if we were going to go a few episodes, I think there's some good potential there. I still laugh at the moment where Nathan and Allie are in the mercantile and she's getting on to him because he hasn't proposed. And the two of them, I think, are just comedy gold. And
Mhm.
even when he's trying to propose. And so if we have to pace it out a bit, could we really
Mhm.
capitalize on planning a good wedding and just the fun that comes along with it?
Mhm.
Yes. But my
But
caveat is that they've got to then dangle the carrot a bit more. Like the
yes,
lack of intimacy or the lack of romance last season was really problematic. And so if you're going to do that, then give us little pieces along the way.
I'm
And don't make,
excited.
yes,
Yes.
and but don't make it like season 10 though with Lucas planning the wedding. Like I don't want, you know what I mean? Like cuz that
Mhm.
again, like I don't we don't need that.
Yeah.
Where there's
Yeah.
like doubts and all that. Like I hope they don't do that. Like I don't want to see that drama come
Mhm.
into the planning part, and that's what worries me is that they may insert a little bit of drama into the waiting plan. And I was like, okay, I love drama, but we don't need that kind of
No.
drama.
I
You
want the
know,
fun.
like
I want the fun of it.
yeah, like
Or
put
excitement.
Nathan in danger, like or like put Elizabeth in danger, like that kind of drama is fun.
Mhm.
Like where he has to rescue her or she's in. I love that stuff. Cool, but don't put the relationship in jeopardy to build
Mhm.
the drama and to build the suspense. And that's where I get a little worried if they drag it out. Are they going to pull that stuff? And I'm kind of like,
Mhm.
her.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm all here for the wedding planning as long as it's wedding planning that's cute, sweet, romantic, and playful versus dramatic, having doubts and all that other stuff that sometimes they tend to, you know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
throw in there.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
think
all for more Allie and Oliver as well. I think that we had good
So cute.
momentum going with them. They're young. Nobody's asking that we get them,
No,
married
no,
off anytime soon. They're young. We
no,
get it.
no,
But they
no.
had really good momentum going. And then
Mhm.
after
Yeah.
episode 4, it just kind of, and so
Again, I think it's the editing, right? Like,
Yeah.
pace that out a bit. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
they're great.
I mean, if we're gonna have some drama, let's have some drama with the young ones. Let's bring a cute boy into town, make Oliver a little jealous, or a cute girl into town, and maybe it's like a miscommunication. Like we don't know, it's Oliver's cousin that he hasn't seen in like 17 years, and I don't know.
long
Allie's like,
lost sister.
who is this? Yeah, like some kind of like fun. I think that could be kind of fun, like challenge their relationship a little bit, you know. I think
Or Edie
it
and
would work.
Lucas.
Them too, yeah,
I'm here for Edie and Lucas. I
yeah.
think that I like that she hasn't lost who she
Should be
is.
fiance.
That was
Hmm.
something that I really felt like happened with Lucas and Elizabeth is she lost who she was.
Hmm.
And um Edie didn't, I don't
Hmm.
think, for the most part. And so I like the way it ended with them. I like that he decided to kind of break the rules a little bit to go with her. Um, I'm here for it.
Yeah. I like that she challenges him.
Hmm.
I think they're a really good match intellectually. And I
Hmm.
think that's why it
That's
works
good.
for
Yeah.
me. They challenge each other. And yeah, she doesn't change who she is around him. So definitely.
We've talked a little bit about the wedding. I mean, it's been said several times. I mean, even showrunner Joy Gregory has talked about what verse will be included in their wedding ceremony, that she's researching that. So the wedding is going to happen this season. Who will be at the wedding?
Mm.
Will we finally see Nathan's mom?
I hope so. I mean, the poor guy. We
I
need,
know.
I mean, he's been on the show for like how long? And we have like zero backstory on the dude. You know,
Hmm.
it's kind
Yeah.
of funny. It's comical at this point. I mean, sure, we met his dad, but that was so long ago.
Yeah.
And I know we have Allie, but like his sister, like we've never had, like I'd love to see a dream sequence with her, you know, like a throwback of a moment that he remembers with her, so we could have like a face, or like, you know what I mean, like
Mhm.
I just, or a name, like, you know, like just like, we have a name, but you know what I mean, like I just wish we could, I guess, have more context for where his character has come from.
Yeah.
I think that's been a real missed opportunity, and I think that Kevin is such a strong actor that he could really do that justice beautifully, like a heart touching scene of when he had to say goodbye to his sister, or something
Yeah.
that, you know.
Well, we saw his scenes with Brooke Shields, and it was so good.
Yes,
Hmm.
so
So,
good. But yes, I want to meet Nathan's mom
Yeah.
badly, badly, and I am so torn who I want to play. I've always been on the Lindsay Wagner front, with the blue eyes, and she's just like a tall, you know, statuesque, like, you know.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
I've always thought that she has that softness to her that I feel like his mom has, but also she has a strong constitution behind it. So I feel like she's a great mix of that. Um, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
so mixed on who, because I could see so many people playing that role beautifully. Um, but I do hope we meet his mom. Yeah,
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
that's like the guess that I need to be
At the wedding.
there. Yes, and
Yeah.
her embracing Elizabeth. I see her embracing her, not being
A
a Brooke
monster-in-law.
Shields type. Yeah, not being like the Brooke Shields type mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Um, although, like, yeah, I consider being protective of her son and protective of Allie, but I just see her being um, very welcoming and excited for her son and for Allie, that they have this person in their life, and, you know, the mother figure. Um, but
Yeah. It would be interesting to see how they would build her character because we met Lucas's mom, we met Jack's mom, both of them very similar, where they were kind of like,
yeah,
not sure how we're jiving here, but I don't know. I don't know who I would envision playing Nathan's mom because
I
I don't know.
know.
I feel like there's so many possibilities. What do you think it would be? It would be fun to see that dynamic and to see Allie with her grandma
Hmm.
because they are obviously close. I mean, she spent time with her
He
multiple
exists.
times. Yeah, they talk about her, but
Yeah.
like, what else? What else are we? What else can we bring here to the table? So, yeah.
I kind of got my mind fixated on Jennifer Wigmore only because, which I know a lot of people are like, who is that? She's been doing Hallmarks lately, and I see
Mm.
Hallmark tapping into somebody that's kind of already in their sphere,
Hmm.
but also she's tall. I love the fact that she's got this backstory with Kevin, that she was Kevin's first acting teacher, and
Oh,
she's all for getting this role. Like, I bet you money she's trying for it. And
I don't know who
so,
she
and
is.
she's strong. She's strong, and I see that um that Nathan's mom needs to be that.
Hmm.
And so again, and I
I'm
also
looking
in a
her up.
way see it being somebody that's maybe not like a well-known name,
Hmm.
in case they, do have to bring her back or whatever, and
Hmm.
scheduling and all of that. But they would, just seeing her and what she's done, the two of them would be money together.
Mm.
I just looked her up. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see it.
So go watch a couple of little things. You don't have to watch the whole thing, but I could see her demeanor. She could nail this part. She could
Yeah.
nail
Okay.
it. And she wants to do it. So,
Oh,
Even
mhm,
I
better.
like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
will Brooke Shields come back for the wedding, or have we done that? We've closed that loop. She won't be there.
Ooh, I don't know. I feel like that might be a closed loop.
Okay.
I love
But
her. I love
yes,
her dynamic with Kevin.
yes.
I think that they had such awesome chemistry, like that
Hmm.
grave scene, and just the cute little banter they had. You know, like when he was showing her the ring, or the hug in the boarding house. Um, but I do kind of want to close the loop on Jack,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. Like, I'm ready for that to kind of just be like, and I've always said that Nathan is not a replacement for Jack, like I never felt that way. And I understand there's a whole dynamic at play that he's still Jack's father. He's still an important part of the story. He's still an important part of Elizabeth's, I get that. Like, I'm not going to dispute that or whatever. But I am ready to move on from the ghost, or I often make a joke, there's three people in the relationship. I'm ready for two. Like I'm ready for him to kind of,
Yeah.
I think that if she
be a
didn't come
memory.
back, it would make sense. That was, we
Yep.
tied that up.
Mhm.
Elizabeth is moving on.
Right.
It would be okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So
They would. Although
what
they did
about
kind of insert her as the grandma into,
that's the only reason
Allie.
why I even
Yeah.
asked, because I'm like, does she come back because it's Jack's grandma? But I'm like, they can easily make her unavailable. So
Right. Like, her boarders need her.
yeah.
There's
Right. Right.
a plumbing break in the boarding
Yeah.
house. Couldn't
Yeah.
come.
Another train strike.
Right, right. I thought of something here. Will we see all of Elizabeth's family for this wedding?
That's was going to be my next
Julie,
question.
Viola, mom, dad. We only saw Julie and dad last time because big sister had a baby and mom went to London. So, I mean, that could be a fun drama, right? You've got her mom, his mom. Maybe they don't get along. Maybe they're like, my kid needs this and my kid needs that and da 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 da. And then Nathan and Elizabeth are like, screw it all. We're eloping. Bye guys.
Or
You know?
or the father being, I don't want you marrying another Mountie.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's that piece that could come into play where her family is more like, do you really want to put yourself through this again?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would love to see her family. I would love to see, and I would love to see the acceptance too. Like, I feel like that would go really far for Nathan's character, to have that acceptance from her family. Because I do feel like the poor guy has lived in the shadow, for a while, even though he's been on the show longer.
Yeah.
Than the shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I do want her family. That's a good one, to see her family come into play, and ultimately also just kind of give him that another, like, that acceptance, and I do think it would be fun. Yeah, there could be some fun dynamics at play.
The other person that's likely going to be at the wedding is Abigail.
Yep.
She drives into town at the end of season 13. Were you team, I wish she would have waited till season 14 because she upstaged the proposal? Or were you team, I was okay that we got that little nugget of what's to come?
I think I'm a little bit more, I wish they waited to 14, because I feel like the proposal was already the season was already so controversial. The season was already missing so many moments of connection for Nathan and Elizabeth that I feel like that stole its thunder. And that moment didn't need any of its thunder stolen. And it also shortened it because they had to fit it in. So, like, I feel like more time should have been devoted to the proposal. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm on team that. I love
That's fair.
Abigail. I'm excited that she's back. Don't get me wrong. And I know they have to end on a cliffhanger, but they could have also just ended on a high.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing too. Yeah, because I wanted more from Elizabeth in that proposal, not to go back and drag that up, but like, I wish there was more from her, like a yes. Or I love you. I don't know.
That's
Two
awesome.
things that, like, that.
That's funny.
That kind of just, So I love that she's back. I just wish that maybe it happened next season and been like but then see, this is my other thing too. This is my fear. I don't want her return to overshadow this coming season though either. Like, I don't want those things I want her to be naturally and beautifully embedded into the storyline. I don't want her competing with the storylines too. So that is another concern of mine, is that I don't want that competition for Abigail's attention or whatever her storyline is going to be I would like to see it beautifully integrated into the already existing storylines. And obviously, she has her history with Henry and all that. But like, I just don't want it to be a competition between the two.
Mm, yeah. For me, I was
I'll
just
come
very,
back to that.
yeah. I was just gonna say I was very neutral. I think for me, I already knew she was coming back because they announced it. We saw her at the Christmas experience. So I by that point I was like, whatever. Now, I watched it with my children. My children have recently they've gotten into When Calls the Heart,
Oh,
and seeing their reactions, even though they've kind of cherry picked through seasons 1 through 8, which ones they've wanted to watch, but they know who Abigail is. They know
it's
like
okay.
they know like the point of her story, which I'm like, if you're gonna watch When Calls the Heart, watch from the beginning and just know the whole story. But whatever, that's an aside. Seeing their reactions because they had no idea. They're not on social media. They knew I saw Lori Loughlin, but like they're not computing. But seeing their reactions at the end was really fun because they were shocked. So I think from that perspective, like it didn't really bother me as much because I knew it was coming. And then seeing it from them, like they were really they're like, wait, right? Why is she coming back? What is she gonna do? Is her son gonna be with her? And I'm like, y'all,
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Asked me in about 10 months. And then they were like, we have to wait that long? You don't know the answer? And I'm like, girls, they haven't even
A
filmed
year.
14. So, so yeah, that's my take. It will be interesting to see how they integrate her because Lori is a very big name. I
Mhm.
do feel like her last couple of seasons on When Calls Our Heart started to turn into the Abigail show. Didn't 100% love that. So I do have a bit of that underlying fear as well. Like, are we going to make this all about Abigail? Or is she going to be truly a side character who's only going to be here for a few episodes? And we know she's only there for a few episodes. That could change. They haven't filmed it yet. They haven't, her contract can change. We don't know. But we don't need that upset. It's just going to cause more chaos for the fandom. It's going to cause more riffraff. I would like to see her truly be that side character. And of course, like she can have her own storyline, but like let's not make it the Abigail show.
I think we're all in agreement. The show has proven this is going to sound harsh, and I don't mean it this way at all. The show has proven they don't need her. Like it has since she exited, this show continues to do well.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And I wonder about the thinking in bringing her back at the end of the season. Was it just, to get the fans excited for what was to come? Um, is the thinking we need this? I have questions about why. I am fine with Abigail coming back to Hope Valley.
Hmm.
Absolutely fine. But I'm with you. I want her to support
Mhm.
the other stories, and I'm okay with her having her own. But I'm a bit concerned about that kind of what you said you saw there that last couple of seasons. Is it going to overshadow the other things that have been built since season 6? I don't know. I think it could be good. I have questions. I do have, but maybe it's going to be okay.
Yeah. And I have a question. There's two that come to mind. Like one, Rosemary kind of stepped into Abigail's shoes in terms of the friendship for Elizabeth. So I'm kind of wondering how that's going to play out because we kind of have the pseudo Abigail in Rosemary in some senses, even though they're very different personalities. But like the concept of that's her go-to person, that's her like her her
Mhm.
sounding board, her sister or whatever. And I just feel like, and then I also wonder, are they going to do Abigail who met Nathan or Abigail who's never met Nathan?
Mm,
Because, there was this season where she actually met him. So, like, I just wonder, I guess they're going to go off maybe what aired, but like just the history, like, if you've seen the deleted scenes, she knew Nathan.
yeah.
So, like, it's just interesting how they're going to integrate her into is it going to be that she never did meet him or, yeah. So, I guess they have to go with that storyline. I guess that
Yeah.
would be, but it's just
I
weird because, like, we've seen her meet him and now she's going to act like she doesn't know him.
That
If
was a
done
deleted
right,
scene?
What?
Sorry, it
Oh,
was deleted. It was the seasons that they took. So like they released the DVDs.
Yeah.
gotcha. Oh, okay. So
And
this is
so
like the
there is like an
initial.
alternate universe where
Yeah.
she
Okay.
has met Nathan
Gotcha,
and
gotcha, gotcha.
had not a relationship, but she knew him enough that like he's not going to be someone she's never met, but they redid it that she is
Right,
now. So it's just weird. I don't know. Like I just feel like that's a weird, I guess we
right,
call it an alternate universe.
right. Yeah. So in this universe, she's
She's
not
never
met
met.
Nathan.
She's
Yeah. And
probably
I
heard a
think,
lot about him. I
right,
bet
right,
Yeah.
that they'll play it that way to where they can kind of like find that happy medium, that middle ground.
right,
That she's
Yeah.
stayed in contact with Elizabeth, knows a lot, you know.
right.
So
Yeah.
it could be good. I hope that they're not coming from the perspective of we need her back to do blank, right? Like it's this
Hmm.
desperation of that it's more about no, she belongs in Hope Valley. We're glad Lori can be back now. Let's
Hmm.
integrate her back into the community. And I have the
Right,
same questions that both of you have about
right.
relationships. I'm here for the Henry thing. I'm here for it. Let's see that. Like
Hmm.
let's keep her busy there doing
Hmm.
that. So,
Yeah.
But also, I don't want her to come back just to leave again.
good point.
Hmm.
Like,
Good
you know
point.
what I mean? Like Henry deserves
Yeah.
for that particular relationship. Like,
Yeah.
she leaves again for the other stuff, whatever. But I think for Henry, like, I feel like that's kind of, for her to come back to leave
Yeah.
again.
Or maybe he goes with
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. Like, I just hope that if they do go down that route, that he gets his happily ever after or his closure or his, because like, I don't want that to be dangling
Hmm.
again over his character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My question too is like, what is her role? Right? Like when we first meet her, she's the supportive, like mother hen. Her husband had worked for Henry, all this stuff. Then she transitions to like the bestie, right? And then she's also bestie and the mayor. And then she goes away, and now she's coming back. So, like, is she coming back as a visitor? Does she have a job to do? Is that why she's coming back? Is she running away from something? Does she need help? Was it just like you know what? My girl is about to get engaged, better meet the guy, Like,
Hmm.
what is her role coming into it? Because I think that'll also play into her storyline as to
Hmm.
whether, like, how much they're going to use her and if she's going to, quote unquote, upstage the main
Hmm.
story, right? Like, if she's just like, I missed you guys and I can finally afford a train ticket back. Okay, then we've kind of established like you are very much a B character. But if she's
Yeah.
coming for a job or like a true like, I don't know, some kind of insane purpose. Like, oh, okay, like that could be. I'll see. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
storyline. But yeah.
All right. So we know a couple of people are out. We know Melissa Gilbert is out.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Budget
Wait.
reasons.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
okay with that.
So let's talk about that really quick because I have not backed down all along from saying I want Bill and Molly together.
That I love Melissa Gilbert. Let me preface this. I love her as Laura Ingalls. I have a
Uh-huh.
fond connection with that
Mm-hmm.
series, growing up, all that.
Me too. Me
Did
too.
I love her in Wind Calls the Heart? No. I didn't connect with her character. I didn't necessarily love her with Bill. Um, I think, sure, it was a great little side story for him, but I don't feel the connection. I felt like there was more of a connection in that brief scene of him blowing into the thing with Molly in the,
Uh-huh.
in the
In the
infirmary
infirmary.
and the like 3 second thing than there
Yeah.
was the entire 2 seasons she was on the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am very much for Bill and I
Mm-hmm.
don't like Molly and Jed. I don't understand
Yeah.
there's no chemistry there for me. So yeah, I do love those two. I didn't
Mhm.
particularly enjoy Georgie's character. I didn't understand her purpose.
Yeah. For me,
Like I didn't. Yeah,
I was just kind of neutral. And I think here's the thing. They introduce a lady to Bill, and we're like, oh, okay, this might go somewhere, and then it dies, and I'm like. So my neutrality for it is really because like I don't care about Bill and his
Yep.
relationships because you've given me too many people to quote unquote root for because nobody's inherently bad for him, right?
Yeah.
All of these ladies that have come through, but they've never gone anywhere. It makes me it makes me feel bad for him because I'm like, what's wrong with Bill, man? And then as a viewer, it's just not satisfying. Like you're not giving me something to root towards. So for me, I'm like, whatever.
I
Um,
think that Bill and Molly were going somewhere. And even at the end
yeah.
of, was it season 8,
Yes, I think so.
where she shows back up and it's like, okay, I thought they were going somewhere. So
Yes.
the potential is there.
Yes.
And they
I think it was
are,
9.
was it 9?
I think it was 9 because I think like 8 started it with the Faith and Nathan
Okay.
thing, and then the Bill, and then I think there was like a revisit in 9. Don't
Okay.
quote me. Nine's a black hole. Don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think it was 9 or maybe even 10. I don't know. But yeah, it was.
I think I'm more like they may not go there, but there's an opportunity. So I
Hmm.
would be excited to see them entertain the idea.
And let's be
Yeah.
real. We can't get rid of Molly. Johanna's like a staple in this community, so let's use the people we have. You
And
know what
she's
I'm
great.
saying?
She's
Yeah, she's
fantastic. And the two of them
fantastic.
Yeah.
together
Yes.
are really good. And
So
so
good. So
if
good.
she's
Yeah.
already there and Jed's off selling hazelnuts somewhere
Yeah.
else,
Yeah.
then it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
And
see what happens,
I
hazelnuts.
right?
don't know.
Yeah.
But let's just not, here's my wish. Let's just not add another woman for Bill. Like
No,
let's not pick somebody out
there's
from
one
the
there. There's
streets.
one
Like
there, and you can
we
save
have
some
somebody
money.
right.
Use Molly that's
No,
already in
Right.
town.
Yes.
no
Yeah.
more
100%.
characters. That is something that I really sincerely need for season 14 is a better balance. There
Hmm.
was too much happening. And it goes back to my whole wishing the season away. I wasn't invested in anyone else's storylines because there was just too many.
Mm.
Hmm.
There was too many threads to like, like, no. So
Hmm.
yeah, no more characters. Let's work with what we have and balance it better. And
Hmm.
honestly, it's a show about being a teacher. We can go back to that a little bit more.
Hmm.
I think, and I think that goes back to my word duo. I think I felt like they were swinging back to that in season 13. I think if we did minutes, Kevin may have had as many minutes as Aaron. Like I felt like I didn't do the minutes. Somebody do the minutes. I felt
Yes,
that way.
but they needed more minutes together.
Hmm.
100%.
Like
100%.
I agree with you that
Yeah.
like he had just as many, but Aaron had less, I feel like, than past
I
seasons.
do too. I
Oh,
do
a
too.
And
hundred
that
percent.
and that is something too that like I don't want to rehash 13, but what I hope for 14 is I felt like Elizabeth's character was a little flat last season.
Yes, I agree.
It's so one of the first times we didn't have any growth for her, I feel like.
Hmm.
And I think that's also something what made me question the whole season is we didn't have a lot of growth for her.
Yeah.
And I needed more emotional growth from her
Hmm.
in that final step of like being overt with her love towards Nathan. And I feel like that was
Emboldened.
withheld, like there was a little bit withheld. And I think that's kind of what gave that, what you said, Stephanie, earlier about that slowdown. I think
Hmm.
the slowdown made it look like she was withholding. And
Mm.
that to me was what I personally grappled with. And when I said I needed more, they held it back. And I felt like what would have been beautiful is to see that emotional growth from her last season to really fully love Nathan the way that we all want to see. So I
Hmm.
hope for 14 that there is that growth for her, that she is finally moving into that soulmate, wife, I love you beyond reason role that I
Hmm.
felt like was withheld last season. Like, and I don't mean to sound the way it does, but she came across a little cold sometimes last season to me. There was a little bit of a coldness that I wasn't prepared for. And I don't know if it was intentional in the slowdown. That's what but like I needed more connection, I guess, for that next season.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's my hope is that next season we see a little bit more growth for her because I feel like that was missing.
Next on we go. I was giving Kaycee a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I you said it all.
I love it. Okay, we touched on Lucas and Edie. Moving forward, could they become, are they going to become a Hope Valley strong couple? Is the potential there?
Oh gosh. I mean, yes, and yes, and again, it goes back to the multiple characters, right? Multiple characters, multiple character arcs, and this like Lucas was governor, he's stepping down. Now what? Now
What's he
what's
gonna
next for
do?
Lucas?
What's his role?
What are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do with Edie? I mean, she's got a stable job. Like, are you gonna go to back to school? Like, are you gonna help her open a law firm? Like, what are you gonna do here? And I think that's the danger of When Calls the Heart currently is because there are so many darn storylines. It's hard to
Right.
stay invested in all of these, and it's hard to tell a good story arc for a couple such as Lucas and Edie. Because one, we don't want them overshadowing the main characters, Nathan and Elizabeth. At the same time, we want the relationship to feel earned.
Yeah.
We want their characters to feel like they've got this dynamic growth. We want to see them grow. We want to see them the push and the pull and a little bit of the drama that's like grown up drama, not this like, oh, he looked at me weird. Oh no. Like we want depth. And so I for Lucas and Edie, I would love to see like their strong relationship grow, but my concern again is like how are they going to do it? Like how are the writers going to integrate them well but balance it with everything else? And I think that's the challenge because they're just too many people. There's too many characters to keep up
Too
with.
many.
So who
Like
goes?
yeah, right, right. And also too, they could do something like Chesapeake Shores in the last season where every sibling was out one episode
Mm.
so that you can really focus in on whatever the main storyline was that didn't involve them.
Yeah.
Um, and like I
Which
think
they
they could
did
do the
that though
same.
in season 13. They did that. There were
Yeah,
episodes where characters were not in those
yes.
episodes.
And I think they could do that even
Yes.
more. I think they could do that even more
Yes.
to build a fulfilling storyline.
Yep.
So,
There were some things that they didn't cut that they should have, and things that they
mhm,
did cut that they shouldn't have. So like I feel like
mhm.
that needs to be, yeah, a better balance next season because you're right. Like there and for me, the Lucas and Edie relationship, I'm not there yet with them. Is
Yeah.
that I want to be, but like I feel like so much of the relationship happened off screen that
Yes.
I don't feel like it's earned yet. Like I feel like that kiss kind of came out of nowhere, or like I love you came out of nowhere. Like I felt like there wasn't enough. Like I felt like when the season started, like suddenly they were making googly eyes at each other, and I was like, where did that come from?
Hmm.
Because I didn't get that the season before as much. Like they danced, but that was about it, right? Like
Yeah.
they were still bantering, and suddenly it was like, and I was like, whoa, why are they? Where did that come from? Like the stoplight thing. So like I just feel like so much of the relationship maybe has happened a little too much off screen for me that I would love to see more to buy into it
Hmm.
and less of the other stuff. There was way too much other stuff this last season with the
Yeah,
fire.
I think we've all said, especially with season 13, that the things that like we as an audience don't want to hear about things that happen off screen. Like we
Yes.
want to see it. If they're walking through the field and there's an Astor moment, we want to see that
Yeah.
moment. If
Hmm.
they have been building this thing, and I get it, you have to skip months or you don't or whatever, but we're not going anywhere. I mean, I'm here for 25 seasons if they'll give it to us. So
Yeah.
let
Right.
us see it.
Right. Or like
Right.
they could have done wildflowers. Like, oh, remember the time I dropped off wildflowers like 6 years
Yeah.
ago? That would have been better than the asters, right? Because like we would have been like,
Yes.
oh, she did see the flowers. Because okay, that
Right.
happened off screen, but we saw
Right.
him walking, right? Like, there were many moments of those where maybe like you can tell in past season it was the intent, you can
Yep.
reference that. But something that literally was never mentioned, never seen, never talked about, and then we're gonna just pop it up here. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just it doesn't work.
No.
So we've talked about the things that we need taken away as far as less characters, blah, blah, blah. What's the storyline you want to see explored more? Have you got an idea? Any ideas?
Ooh.
Businesses, the kids, new friendships, anything that you've seen a hint of something that you're like, yes, go there, keep going there. Have they done that?
Uh, Well, I would love to see the Bill and Oliver relationship continue to evolve because I feel like he could be a great father figure for him.
Love
And I
it.
think that that would also give Bill a son figure. Like, I know he sees Nathan as a little bit like that, but at the same time, they're a little bit more like peers in some ways. And there is a father son dynamic, definitely. But
Mhm.
there's also the peer dynamic because they work together. And so, like, but I just feel like Oliver could really fulfill a role for Bill, and Bill could really fulfill a role for Oliver. So
Mhm.
I'd love to see that dynamic
Ooh.
explored a little bit more, um,
Good
and
point.
give Bill a little bit more of a family
Mhm.
storyline outside of Elizabeth and Nathan and
Love
Jack
it.
and Allie. Um, and with that, I'd love to see Nathan get a friend.
I've
You
said that.
know,
I'm like, who is his friend? Like Elizabeth is his best friend. He's got
right,
Bill.
right.
I would like to see his relationship with Lee developed
Mhm.
more
Yes, that's
because
that's
if we're talking
that's
Rosemary and Lee and Nathan and Elizabeth, I
Mhm.
think that Nathan and Lee need to become closer.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. That's definitely missing.
Yeah.
I would, and we've said this, and I know both of them are on board. There's some really good potential, especially with Allie wrapping up her last year, like from the journalistic writing standpoint, for her and
Yeah.
Rosemary to connect more. I want to see some
Mm.
Allie and Rosemary.
Especially, yeah,
Yeah.
as Mountie daughters, like they have
Mhm.
so much, and both losing their mothers, like there's just
Mhm.
so much embedded in that they haven't explored. Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, yeah, that would be a really good storyline. That would be really good for both of them, especially knowing that Bill had lost his son, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, would Oliver be about that same age? I mean, maybe he's a little younger, but still, like that could we can crack Bill a little bit, see a little bit more emotional depth. See him making pancakes in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then Rosemary and Allie, yeah, that's a good thing. Like that's a good point that I had not thought of because they are very similar
Yeah.
in that.
Yeah.
They could draw in on that again, that emotional depth because Rosemary never really talked about her mom until recent seasons and stuff. So we can you can kind of draw on that and Allie becoming an adult and her own relationships. Maybe she has the similar fears that Rosemary did, like we can really have I think good storylines there. I also would say Elizabeth shines best solo in the classroom,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And I mean, I now again, this goes like a little bit talking both sides of my mouth, like we don't add more people, but I like seeing her in the classroom. I think she does really well with the children. I think that she just shines there, and I think we need to bring back the purpose. Like she's a teacher, right? A lot of times it's like in passing recently in recent seasons, like
Mhm.
we see her like doing something on the chalkboard, or maybe she's addressing a student or like ringing the cowbell, but like maybe there's a storyline there, maybe with the students.
Mhm.
And again, not to like make it the whole season, but maybe it's like a C storyline that kind of carries out. So yeah, I think I would like to see her in the classroom a little bit more, but with purpose.
Are
Yeah.
we getting Gwen back?
Ooh. I see. It's hard. I loved her. I
I
loved her. I
loved
loved
her.
her. I loved her dynamic with the Coulters. I think they were really good for her. It's gonna sound terrible. Like I'm kind of sad that your father didn't pass away. Just for the storyline, right?
But maybe
Um,
he moves to Hope Valley and
right.
And he's there, but he's not
Right.
really there. Like all these kids
Right.
like have these parents that we
Right.
never see.
Right. But
But
it's
it's
also
another
like
character.
it's another
It
yeah.
is, but unless they're ready to grow Goldie up and she starts talking and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
She would
And
be a good add to the
If she,
school.
yes.
yeah,
If she
But
was in the
and
yeah.
it
Coulter
feels,
family, sure.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it fills
But if
that
she's
void
another
of if
family,
Allie is exiting the school age, who's
Mm-hmm.
that girl that's coming in? Not that they need that, but Allie's adult now. Here's this girl at school that kind
Mm-hmm.
of
yeah, yeah. If she
kind
joins
of
the Coulter family, yes. But if it's another storyline, I
more
say
time.
no.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have to be done really, really well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, she's just kind of passing through. Like, oh, my dad said I can come vacation here in Hope Valley for a little bit. And then, I don't know, she takes Goldie to daycare, um, something. But yeah, it's a hard balance. It's a
Yeah.
hard
Yeah.
balance with all of these characters.
Yeah.
Like,
No
Which is
more
probably
Avas.
what the writers are going through is how do we balance? And sometimes they're told who's going to be back and figure
right,
out how to write them in. So,
right.
Yep.
yeah.
So we'll see.
First block, what is happening in the first block or day one of season 14? What's
Baby,
what's
baby
happening?
Abigail.
cuddles. Baby cuddles. 3 baby
Oh.
cuddles.
Off camera,
On
baby cuddles.
camera.
On camera, Abigail. I mean, they got to address that. I mean, I'm curious. I just disappeared behind my bed. Um, I'm curious to see who discovers her first.
I
Yeah.
really want
Like,
to know how she
is it Henry?
meets everybody back up. Is it
Is it
Henry? Is it
Elizabeth?
Elizabeth? Is it Nathan?
Is it yeah? Like, is it Bill? I don't,
Yeah.
like it's just I'm Minnie. Like, I'm
Yeah.
really interested to see who
Yeah.
cracks the Abigail return
But
first.
she's only back for 6 episodes unless they've changed their mind. So is
Hmm.
she there every other, but she's
Well, that's
throughout
my
the whole
question. So,
season?
see, that was my question. Is it 6 altogether, or is it just 6 scattered throughout? Which I hope
Hmm.
so, because, like I said, I don't want her to come back just to leave again.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Mhm.
Because why bring her back then? I guess that's my question. Like it goes back to your questions. Like, what purpose is she going to serve if you just bring her back to have her go again? Because we don't need that.
Hmm.
We don't. We've had our closure because she's been gone for so long.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like I do hope that she is a thread that's woven into the season in an organic way.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, my question too is like, where did we leave the town? So we know where we left Elizabeth and Nathan. Where did we leave the town?
On the water tower.
Well, yeah.
We've got
But,
Lucas and Edie coming back probably from New York.
right.
We've got Allie and Oliver, who Angela has just basically called Allie's bluff and has
Hmm.
said, like, I know you guys like each other.
Hmm.
We've got Rosemary and Lee who've just lost Gwen.
Hmm. And the towns, the Benson Hills people are going home.
I think
But
they
like,
kind of could go. There's not a lot that's hanging back in season 13
mm,
other than the engagement that needs to. We do know that they changed their mind. When I talked with Joy, she felt like the Joseph storyline was done as far as his unforgiveness
mhm,
towards Christopher. And now she has said they're going to fix that. So is
mhm,
that just a tie it up? Let's move on.
mhm.
I kind of feel like they need to. But other
Right,
than that, they really have tied up most of those stories that they've
right.
got
I
placed.
mean, I think the only other one is like the continuing of the construction of Benson Hills. Like, is that going to be the town drama this season? You know how like there's always a town drama. There's like the train came to town and the oil came to town and the
Which is
fire came
probably
to
that
town.
could be where Lucas plays in. Maybe he's connected to
Right,
that storyline. Okay.
right.
I just hope
So,
the town does not become another character again. Because I feel
yeah.
like that was kind of with 13, like the jam.
Yeah.
What? Or the hazelnuts. What? Like,
Mhm.
if you're gonna make it a town thing, then I need a little bit of a different
Got
approach,
it.
I guess.
The town needs to be there. They're integral. It is a community. It is Hope Valley.
Hmm.
But connect that storyline to something that's already
Don't
happening.
make it its own storyline. Like
Got
that
it.
drives me nuts. When the
Yeah.
town is a character,
Yeah.
it doesn't flow. Like it just I yeah. Like the town is the stories of the people, not necessarily just the town. So like
Yeah.
when they throw in these random town moments, it really distracts. Like it really disconnects, like the jam thing. And what was the other one that I said before? Like it just the hazelnuts.
Hmm. Yeah.
So yeah.
I think for me, I don't mind a town story if it's like the wildfire, right? Because then everybody's affected.
Yes.
So make it
Because
like
then it's about the
Rose,
people.
it's about the people, right? So I think that's where I'm coming from with it is that like what is the town storyline going to be? Like what is the overarching story that's going to affect everybody? And the reason why I don't mind those storylines is because then you don't have to build a secondary storyline for say Rosemary and Lee and Lucas and
Yeah.
Edie and the Canfields and the this and the that. So like with the fire, one thing I thought they did well is because there was a fire that affected everybody, their storyline was the fire, right? Like Coulter's got a new kid, Canfield's like their kid's like about to be arrested for arson.
It was a good spine.
It
They
was
used the word
yes,
spine, and it was
yes,
good. I thought that was good.
yes. So I'm just wondering, what is that
Minus the
gonna
cuts. Minus the cuts.
minus the cuts? But what is that
Like
gonna be for 14? You know, like we've already
Mhm.
done oil. We have a train. We've got
Mhm.
cars. We've got a stoplight. We've got a fire. We got
We're
an oil
spring of
explosion.
1923, so start doing your research. What was happening in the
Like,
spring of 1923? There
you
you go. There's
know,
everybody's homework assignment.
yeah.
I wonder if like some of the recession stuff is eventually going to make its way into like when did that start?
Oh,
Like I wonder
um,
if that is a I don't know if it was
Mar
23, but we're not too far from that, right?
yeah,
We're
I think
not. You see
1919
little
is the
dabbling. Of
Great
course,
Depression.
they could stall it and get away with it if they waited a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are we going to see
Indoor plumbing?
any prohibition stuff? Maybe any
Ooh,
prohibition stuff?
okay.
I would
Prohibition.
love that to be tied into the Mountie storylines.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like that would really be a great catalyst for Nathan because of his father and the gambling and the drinking. And like I feel
Oh.
like that would be such a morally gray area for him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then also add that element of danger and just like I love when they put that stuff into it. And I really hope they do
Oh.
that because I love when they put like the Mountie action that affects the town, that brings
Yeah.
everyone together. Because then you can have all the different aspects into it, like Rosemary's journalism and Faith
Yeah.
being the infirmary, when someone gets hurt, and you can bring all those people in. Even the mercantile, like there's ways to embed that, like with I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. There's just ways to work it. But yeah, I can see that being such a morally great area for Nathan
Mm-hmm.
because of his history with his father. Like, what
Ooh.
would that look like when he has
Yeah.
to deal with the prohibition?
Yeah. Busting a
Love it.
speakeasy,
Love it.
Union City.
Yeah,
And we
going
Andy
still need to
comes
undercover.
see
back. Yeah.
Mountie action. We still need to see Nathan go off a waterfall. So
I need a we were so cheated last season. They've got to do this for me. The big moment when she sees him and she runs to him, like, come on.
oh,
I
Mm.
need the reunion moment. Like they've cheated us so many times with the apple dumpling gang. And then last season with the fire, that was edited out. That drives me nuts. So like I need a moment where she just lets
runs
yeah, like
hard down.
you
Yeah.
Yeah.
see, because you saw it with Jack, and I know it's a
Mm-hmm.
different kind of love, it's a mature love, but I need that open show of devotion and emotion from her towards him in front of others. Like
Mhm.
I need that. So I'm
Mhm.
hoping we see
Well,
that
you
next
don't
season.
want the romance because it's a mature love to feel like a settled love. Like
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
perfect. Yes.
settled into this versus the spark and the
Yes.
need and, still that grit. We still need that
Yes.
there.
We
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
need some of that spark. And I feel like that
Yes.
is what was missing last season is we didn't get a lot of spark. And so
Yeah.
there's ways to do that. I've been
And
married
we
for
know
20
Kevin and
years.
Aaron can totally do it. So we
Mm-hmm.
team.
100%.
So
100%. And it doesn't need to be, like you said, an immature spark. It can be a mature spark. And that is a moment that I sincerely hope we get.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Who gets the first kiss of the season on screen?
Oh gosh.
it better be Nathan and Elizabeth. Come on, we got cheated, and I don't want none of these like kiss cam pecs either. Come on.
I didn't even want to go there because I'm going to hear from somebody that says, they just care about them as kissing. But I'm
No,
like, no, if we're going to fix some things, I'm asking.
you know what? To them, I say, it's the Hallmark Channel. It's the Romance Channel,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
I mean, and then it's not the and it's not the be all
It's
end
not
all.
all about the
It's
kissing.
not. It is not.
Yeah.
But
It's
it's a
the
part of
emotional, yeah.
yes. And
It's the
and like you
emotional.
said, some of their best kisses have been because it's tied to emotion. It's not just a simply act of like, like
Yeah.
the one in the barn,
Yeah.
there's or their first kiss or like there's something tied behind it. And I
Mhm.
still to this day really are upset that the apple juice scene, we didn't get a kiss. That was cut. That was cut.
Mhm.
On the couch when they talk about Jack and that
Oh, I was
you
thinking you were talking
know
about Apple Juice 1.0, and I was like,
no, sorry,
whoa.
2.0. 2.0. There was something cut from that scene
Got
because you
it. Yeah.
see the
Yeah.
weird, and like those moments. Yes,
Yeah.
I want those moments of connection with the kiss.
Mhm.
That's what I miss. It's not just a simply act of them just
No.
kissing for no reason.
Yeah.
I don't need that. I
No.
don't need, frivolous, like just to throw it in.
Yeah.
It's when it's tied to emotion. That's where I want it. And I hope we see that.
Yeah. It's gonna be Abigail and Henry. That's just my curmudgeon response.
It's gonna be Allie and Oliver. No kidding.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
Uh,
episode one, Abigail, Henry reunite. They're gonna have a kiss. Whether it's a kiss on the cheek or whatever it is, they will have some sort of PDA long before everybody else.
what's interesting about Abigail and Henry is that they had a reunion off camera.
They
Yeah.
did.
So I guess I'm questioning where does that leave them
Yeah.
in person, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we know that he saw her. So what does that look like when they see each other? Did they? I don't. Yeah. So I guess that's going to be a surprise is to
Yeah.
see like how comfortable they are with each other.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, well, season 14 kicks off filming August 4th.
I'm
And
ready.
for those that are watching or listening that don't know, we do keep up a whiteboard where we kind of house things we learn about the season. Now, keep in mind things change, but if you're one of those people who want to know who's directing which episode, what interview said what, those kind of things, we do have a whiteboard. It's going to be at Heart in Motion heartinmotionmedia.com. I have like 5 websites. Heart in Motion Media. Go to the link in my bio. It's there. You can follow along. Um, Mountie with Heart is going to be keeping it up for me. She doesn't know it, but she is. No, I'm just kidding. Surprise! That's what the big reveal was for today. Guess what? Anyway, I'm so glad that you guys joined me for this because I was like, I think this is kind of like when we don't necessarily kick it into high gear, but like if we're on the in the Wind Calls the Heart car, I kind of feel like that August 4th is maybe we go into first gear because we're kind of
Mhm.
like we're online, we're looking for
Yep.
stuff.
Mhm.
Hopefully they'll share more than I don't feel like they shared a lot last year.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
probably because of some things that happened the season before. So maybe we'll get a little bit more. So anyway, that's what
Mhm.
I got. Thanks so much for
I'm
joining me,
ready.
guys.
Yeah, thanks for having
Thank
us.
you for having
Do
us.
it
Yeah.
again. Should we do it again?
Yeah.
We should.
I'm ready.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
we'll do it again. All right. Well, how do we say goodbye?
Ready for season 14.
I was trying to come up with a Nathan and Elizabeth. Hey, be safe, guys. Be safe.
Be safe. I love that. Be
Is that
Always.
safe.
good?
Always.
Everybody
Always.
out there, always be safe. Go.